Welcome to the highlights of the first day's play of the final test match between Australia and the West Indies at the WACA. 1-1 in the series, and that thrilling finish where the West Indies won in Adelaide to buoy up the spectators as they came through the gates this morning. A big crowd expected, warm temperatures, something around about 35-degree maximum, and it won't be all that comfortable for the players out there. Tony Greig said the pitch was like a block of concrete. No doubt there'll be a lot of bounce there. And the Australians won the toss. Alan Border decided that Australia would bat. These are the teams. First of all, the Australians. Boone and Langer. Now, Langer is up there opening in place of Mark Taylor. And Taylor is out because Damien Martin has come into the side in the middle of the order. Into the team for his first test match is Joe Angel. Those are the changes for the Australian side with Mark Taylor 12th man. And so far as the West Indians are concerned, they've been forced to make changes because Jimmy Adams has come into the side for the injured Carl Hooper. That's a blow to the West Indian hopes. Carl Hooper is out with a hamstring problem. Jimmy Adams in there, and Anderson Cummins is in for the injured Kenneth Benjamin. He has a knee and a hamstring problem as well. Gus Logie is the 12th man.
Beautifully hit. It was in the air, but no chance for Desmond Haynes.
And he's inside edge, this one to the keeper. That also was a good ball. It cut back at him. Looked as though it was the inside edge. And Langer goes, attempting to drive Ian Bishop. First blood to the West Indies.
Big shout, gone! It's a breakthrough they needed, the West Indies. It's 2 for 58. Warren not getting out of the road there. It's a bit of strike when you jump back and fend with your gloves and bat. A straight through catch. 2 for 58.
Big appeal there. Yes, he's got the little inside edge. Ward doesn't look too happy about it. Just a little glance down the wicket. Perhaps he was looking at the wicket. See if we can pick up a nick there, but it doesn't really matter.
It's probably the perfect length. That's a magnificent shot from David Boone. That's his bread and butter.
Shouts of catch it, and Richie Richardson, the captain, has done that. And once again, Curtly Ambrose does the job for his skipper. Just when they need breakthroughs, he's the man who seems to come up with them.
And that is just the one they wanted. David Boone was the man holding together this Australian innings.
And a shout, he's got him first ball. So Ambrose is now on a hat-trick, having got rid of Boone and Border in successive deliveries.
If the ball to get Boone was a good one, that was an absolute beauty. It drew Border into the stroke and cut away from him, just feathered the outside edge, and was taken by Junior Murray. Now the Australians in complete disarray here. 5 for 90 at the moment.
So the hat-trick is avoided. Look there at Curtly Ambrose's record, 175 wickets, 39 matches. That'll be 4, just wide of Richie Richardson. Most wickets in a test series for the West Indies against Australia. Malcolm Marshall 28 in 84-85. Curtly Ambrose is just 1 behind that in the current series, and he's passed by 1 his performance in 88-89. Edged and straight to Brian Lara. So that's 3 on the trot now for Ian Healy as Australia lose their 6th wicket.
Well, that was well bowled, but Healy was pushing out a long, long way there.
That's hits in the air, could be out. Arthur's running with the ball. He should catch this. He does. Ambrose gets 5. Big Merv trying to hit him down the ground. That was a fine catch. Great fast bowler has Australia on the rocks here at the WACA. He's picked up 5 for 1.
This was a wicket that Australia could ill afford to lose. They've already lost most of their specialist batsmen. Merv Hughes really had a job to do to stick with Damien Martin. He's decided to go on the attack, and he's only managed to sky one up.
He's got another one. He's got 6 for 1. What a magnificent spell. The half volley's there for a straight to second slip. This is one of the best efforts ever at the Wacker by this great fast bowler.
Seeing Curtly Ambrose bowl the perfect Wacker length. Gets it up there to try and get the batsman driving.
It's 7 for 1. He's got another one. What a spell. Magnificent bowling. Australia 9 for 104. Angel out for a duck.
I think we talked earlier in the series about just how unlucky Curtly Ambrose is, and if he has a day on where he hits the edge all the time, it'll be worth watching.
It's a full pitch. That'll go for 4. 20th Yorker. So 12 runs off a very interesting over so far for Walsh. Charges, no ball, he catches it, he's run out, surely, out, that's out. Yes, it's got to be run out. That foolish play by Shane Warne. The no ball was called, Walsh took the catch, Warne was in no man's land, Walsh took the bails off, Australia all out for 118. A sensational session here at the Wacker. And a great ovation here for Curtly Ambrose, 7 for 25.
Top score, David Boone, 44. There are 3 13s in there, and there are also 4 ducks. 47.2 overs, and the bowling figures for the West Indies dominated by Curtly Ambrose. What a series he's had. 31 wickets so far. That's a West Indies record in Australia. The 9th time he's taken 5 wickets in an innings, the 4th against Australia and the 3rd in this series, and he's also equalled the best ever in a series by a West Indian bowler. That is Joel Garner, 31 in the West Indies in 1983-84.
In the air and a long way in the air. That's a good shot.
Beautifully hit. Absolutely thumped, in fact. It's pretty well hit. And another 6. We've seen plenty of 6s already.
He's had a go at that one. There are 2 men down there, but it's disappearing over the top again for yet another 6. Is that another go? Could this be out? Yes, he's got him. He's hit it straight down the square man's throat. Well, Richie Richardson's kept hooking. He wasn't going to be intimidated by the 2 fieldsmen down there, and McDermott has struck.
1 for 135 against the 119 made by the Australians, and only 35 overs used up there. Tremendous scoring rate. Richie Richardson really went at it there before he was caught by Langer off McDermott for 47. Haynes retired hurt for 21. That's the only black mark there so far as the West Indies are concerned.
In the air, and that's a good start. Brian Lara is gone. Shane Warne, the man at point, and McDermott will feel that that's just reward because he's bowled extremely well to Brian Lara.
Again, it was the bounce at the Wacker that brings the batsman undone. Brian Lara throws the bat at the length of delivery.
Smashed away to the boundary. A 4 magnificent shot by Simmons. Beautifully played. Anything over pitched, he's hitting magnificently. And there he goes again. Magnificent shot straight down the ground for 4. That's his 10th boundary. In the air, and that's out. Got him. Toes the face of the bat, off the front edge, and went flying away to wall, and that's Joe Angel's first Test wicket. Pretty vital one as well, because Simmons is looking very, very dangerous out there. And so he struck. They'll never be able to take it away from him.
No, that's a place or a time that Joe Angel will remember all his career.
Oh, he's bowled in. He dragged that back onto the stumps. The stump has been knocked out of the ground. Well bowled, Merv Hughes. The Australians are just quietly creeping up on the West Indians. They've got themselves quite a big deficit to make up, but the fact of the matter is they're getting wickets, and as long as they keep doing that, they may just be able to get themselves back into this match.
An enormous shout.
They may just be able to get themselves back into this match.
An enormous shout. Hughes is not interested, but umpire Timmins is eventually, and Desmond Haynes goes very quickly once the finger was raised. There's a long delay. Desmond, with the weight of that plaster on his cheekbone, unable to get his eyes up to catch those of the umpire.
Junior Murray finds the gap here. Justin Langer desperately diving at mid-on, but it's well timed, and that outfield is fast. Mervyn Hughes won't get there. It's 4 runs to Junior Murray.
That's over point, that's 4 more. Valuable runs by Junior Murray here. They really struggled just before the luncheon break.
Leading the fight back here for the West Indies to get a very good first innings total.
Out, he's gone. Mike Ward has the trick. The outswinger, Junior Murray goes for 37 at 6 for 280.
Yes, Mark Ward getting this ball to move away from the right-hander.
So he gets him off the next one. He thinks it's a pad, Bishop. He got caught behind for a duck. 7 for 286.
It's a 7th wicket going down for the West Indies now. Ian Bishop pushing forward. Well, Ian Healy hasn't really gone up. Yes, he has now. The finger goes up.
That's off the glove. And Anderson Cummins looks to the umpire to see what he's going to call. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. It must be very disconcerting for both batsmen and bowlers to know whether there are more bounces allowed or not. That one's been allowed, and Anderson Cummins is out.
Falls into the safe hands of Mark Waugh.
He's hammered that one. Beautifully hit again. That's the reason why Kirtley should be just hanging around, because Keith's hit 3 absolute rockets outside off stump in the last few balls. And Steve Waugh's got it. So Craig McDermott has picked up the wicket of Keith Arthurton. I don't know what he was hanging around for, because it was fairly obviously off the bat. A good breakthrough there for McDermott. And it's hit leg stump. Courtney getting a long way across there. So far that he's left leg stump exposed, and Merv Hughes has hit it. So once again, it's been the fine bowling of Merv Hughes and Craig McDermott that have done the job for Australia. They picked up 7 wickets between them.
That was a wonderful performance from the Australian bowlers. 9 for 187 they took, and they had West Indies out for 322. This is the card of their innings, and it just shows what a terrific job Alan Border and his men did. They were 1 for 135 at the start, but the lead for the West Indies is still 203, and that is a massive thing for the Australians to look at as they come out for their second innings. Good batting there from Phil Simmons, 80. Desmond Haynes came out after being injured, only added 3 to his previous total. Richie Richardson out for 47 yesterday, and a splendid knock from Keith Arthurton, 77, and Junior Murray, 37. They put on 75, and 108 runs were added for 3 wickets in the lower order there. That was very, very valuable for the West Indies. Not so good for the Australians, who bowled quite wonderfully this afternoon. McDermott, a splendid spell this morning. Then he came back again this afternoon, got in there for 3 wickets. And Merv Hughes, once again, on this pitch he likes so much. 4 for 71 from 25.4 overs with 6 maidens. 1 for 72 for Joe Angel in his first Test match. And Mark Waugh came in bowling medium pace and getting plenty of bounce. 6 overs, 1 maiden, and 2 for 21.
He smashed that one. That'll bounce back 4 yards off the fence. Magnificent shot by Boone. Port's in the air, and that's got to be above the... Oh, you can't give that out. For goodness sake, it almost hit him on the shoulder.
Well, a very, very disappointed Justin Langer dropped his gloves, and you could hear the thud of flesh as that one went flying away, and he's been given out, unfortunately. Well, it's a tough job umpiring, but this, for me, was not out.
This is always very difficult with a flurry. But you could obviously see the ball there on the replay, missing the gloves, hitting him pretty high on the forearm, almost in the shoulder.
That's popped up, and he's gone. Off the shoulder of the black, in the air. And so Stephen Waugh is out for a duck, caught in the gully. And oh dear, Australia here really struggling. And it's right off the meat of the bat. They won't catch that. Into the fence it goes.
That's a good delivery. Courtney Walsh has beaten the outside edge. As far as he's concerned, he's got a wicket. The umpire, Cole Timmins, is standing there very still. He's got his arms behind his back. And Mark Waugh didn't look at all interested.
Certainly no reaction at all from the batsman.
Up and over the top, Mark Waugh.
That's well played. Slightly over-pitched, and will do his confidence a little bit of good. Cummins not able to stop that one. That brings up the 50 partnership between these two. In the air and out. Well, he's backed away, trying to play that shot of his again, where he backs away and smashes it over the top or square. Well, that's been a pretty ordinary performance by Mark Waugh. I can't say that I've ever seen him struggle quite as much as he has in this dig. Well, that's the end of him. Rose screaming into Warne. And that's out, caught behind. Shane Warne is on his way. Will they send in another night watchman?
Well, that's a disappointing situation for Shane Warne. He was certainly suffering in the first innings by the short pitch delivery. Ambrose didn't give him a short one. He gave him a good one on a good length. He was forward. There was a genuine nick through to the wicketkeeper. He's out for a duck, and now it's 4 for 67.
Not quite down and out, the Australians. No team is if David Boone is there, unbeaten on 45. But they're 4 for 75, and the West Indies still lead by 128. Langer out for 1. Steve Waugh, no score. Shane Warne, no score. And Mark Waugh, 21. The partnership between Boone and Mark Waugh was 52. Took 121 balls, and when Mark Waugh went, so did some of Australia's chances.
It's 4. Over the top of slips it goes. Fine shot.
Yes, he's been looking for that one for a while, and the crowd here enjoying it. He's been waiting for the short ball outside off stump.
Damien Martin drawing away. No ball and getting 4 runs. Just can't afford to give him too much width when he's doing that. They should be right at the stumps. Good result. It's 50 for David Boone. Superb knock. Real fighter. Superb batsman. 4 for 94.
Let's bowl him. Absolutely beaten in flight there. A little bit of swing for Ian Bishop. Maybe it cut back a little bit or caught an inside edge at the bat. David Boone seemingly playing over the top of it. And that really does put a dent in Australia's hopes. The Australian captain strides to the wicket with his team in real trouble.
As you see, they're second in the all-time run-making list. 10,073 runs. That's a lot of runs. Just requiring another 50 to go past Sunil Gavaskar. And I'm sure he, along with all of Australia, would love to see him get those 50 runs here today.
Testimony to his skill, his courage, his dedication. And he's played on, and that's a pair for Alan Border. And Australia are just about down and out.
Alan Border playing on that one off the inside edge.
It's in the air. This time he's found the gap and he's off the mark, and there'll be a bit of relief. It's in the air. This time he's found the gap and he's off the mark, and there'll be a bit of relief there for Ian Healy. Wasn't a very convincing shot, but he had a little bit of fortune as it flew waist high through the gap between the slips and the gully. Australia 6 for 100.
Ian Bishop currently in his best bowling spell against Australia.
That's 4 more runs to Ian Healy. If he gets a few of those underway, he'll start to relax a little bit more and back more like the Ian Healy we know.
He's got that away nicely. Yeah, there's a man down there. Oh, good catch. What a match he's having. What a series. That was a very, very difficult catch. Curtly Ambrose, I won't say he made it look easy, but he made it look easier than a lot of other people would have. Damien Martin has gone for 31.
Well, the ball was there to hit, and Martin got underneath that one, scooped it in the air. But he's a magnificent athlete, this man. Takes the ball low around his shins. He's got those long arms underneath the ball, and Cummings is static.
Nicely placed. Bishop will do the chasing there. Pretty well timed by Healy also. It's 7 for 140. That's a very good blow. Giving that something with that beefy bat.
Well, Big Mervyn Hughes has give that one the full swing of that rather large bat that he uses.
Bazooka shot. A flat bazooka. And that is the end of Merv Hughes. Courtney Walsh has got him. Looked like a top edge. Junior Murray takes another catch. He's had a good match. Nothing difficult about that one. But his work has been good. Courtney Walsh claims another wicket, and it's 8 for 162.
And played straight down the ground, and that'll hit the fence. Nice shot, actually. Just leant into it, and away she went.
Oh, that's out, caught behind. Magnificent delivery, that one. 5 wickets in the innings, and that ball seemed to me to nip away off the seam towards the slip cordon, hit the outside edge of the bat, and ended up going straight to the keeper.
Well, that's number 5 for Ian Bishop and number 8 for the match for the Junior Murray, the wicket keeper. And Junior Murray now with 19 catches for the series. And that was a really good delivery, a bit of bounce and a bit of movement off the seam. To be caught. Courtney Walsh is there, and he spilt it. He's probably the worst of the West Indies fielders, but that was really a sitter. First slip, Brian Lara knocks it up and takes it. So Ian Bishop picks up 6 wickets, his best bowling figures in Test cricket. The West Indies have won the series, and they retain the Frank Worrell Trophy.
It's an excellent performance there by the West Indies team. Coming back from 1 test match down, going into the test match in Sydney with 503 runs on the board and being in a position of 23 for 3 and fighting back from then on. A very good performance by all concerned.
It was a tough morning for the Australians. In fact, a tough match for the Australians. This is the way their card finished up in the second innings, 178. All out, and that gave West Indies their victory by an innings and 25. David Boone out for 52, Damien Martin 31, Alan Border a pair, Ian Healy 27 and Merv Hughes 22. There was a decent partnership between those two after the one between Martin and Healy, and then all out for 178. Bowling figures for the West Indies this time. It was Ian Bishop 6 for 40 from 16 overs and 4 maidens. Curtly Ambrose 21 overs, 8 maidens, 2 for 54, bowled really well and constantly went past the outside edge once again. Courtney Walsh 1 for 46 and Anderson Cummins 1 for 31. Well, down the presentation area now, here is Tony Gregg with officials and the two captains.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Alan Turner, Chairman of the Benson and Hedges Company.
Thank you very much, Tony. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a most entertaining series right through from the first test right down to today. It has been close, despite the result handed in here this afternoon. And I guess that we'd all have to say that this series has done quite a lot to revive the fortunes of Test cricket in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a truly unique situation here this afternoon in that the one player has won all of these magnificent trophies before you. That is, except for the Frank Worrell Trophy. And without any more to do, I'd like to announce that the man of the hour, the man of the season for that matter, is none other than West Indian Curtly Ambrose.
Well, it hasn't been a great day, but it takes two to tango, and the Australians have been the other party to what has been an absolutely magnificent Test series.
Well, that's right, Tony. We knew it was going to be tough here in Perth, and we proved to be correct. First, I'd like to congratulate Richie and the West Indies team. They really stuck to their guns, 1-0 down with 2 tests to play, and they really stuck it to us, and you know, they've come out on top. But that's not to say that our side didn't play very well. We're very close in Brisbane, and again in that great Test match in Adelaide, and it's just a situation of what could have been, but the best team did win the series.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to invite to the microphone Richie Richardson to receive the winning team's cheque.
Well, first of all, congratulations. 1-0 down. It takes a big effort to come back with just 2 Test matches to go and win a series.
Well, it shows great character. I had no doubt that we would do it, and I'd like to say well done to all the guys. They've supported me tremendously, especially Gus Logie, my vice captain, the manager, the coach, even Dennis Wade has given us quite a lot of support to all the guys. I want to say thanks very much. I really appreciate what you've done. And also to Brian, who has played exceptionally well, and to a very little guy who has done wonders on this tour. I think he's the difference between the two teams, and I think simply he's the best fast bowler I've ever played with, Curtly Ambrose.
A very happy West Indian side there, and rightly so. They played wonderfully well in this match. And Richie Richardson receiving the Frank Worrell Trophy from the Chairman of the Australian Cricket Board, Mr. Alan Crompton, and a terrific performance from all the West Indian side. The Australians also played well up to this game, but they were badly beaten in this match here within 3 days. Well, shortly after, a wonderful sight. How many West Indian cricketers can you get into a Nissan Patrol TI? Well, they went to prove that they're able to make all sorts of records here. Curtly Ambrose was at the wheel, and he didn't hold back. Might be at Eastern Creek next week, you just never know. But a very happy sight, a touch of champagne there, not necessarily in the driving, but certainly in the celebrations.